Once again, a challenger to Dungeons and Dragons appears on the horizon. Once it was Shadow Dark, then it was Matt Koval's role-playing game. Now some astroturfed garbage called DC20 has gotten $2 million in its Kickstarter fund, all for another game with overly bright, forgettable cartoon art and rebranding basic concepts like action points as new and innovative game mechanics. The game is a standard attempt at not being D&D. It has 4 stats instead of 6, cutting out Constitution and Wisdom, and it renames them to be extra different and unique. There are only modifiers instead of scores with derived modifiers. This is treated as an innovation when in reality it only exists in D&D as a vestige of the days of rolling for scores, which hardly anyone does anymore. Aside from that, it is literally just D&D. The skill list is basically the same. The skills are athletics, intimidation, acrobatics, trickery, stealth, animal, insight, influence, investigation, medicine, survival, nature, history, arcana, religion, occultism, and awareness. Of the 17 skills here, 12 of them are straight-up rips from D&D, and the rest have an exact equivalency in D&D. There is nothing new here. There is an action point system. That is not anything new, except to 5e babies who have never played anything else. And before any of the cocksuckers who shill for this game try to tell me, well, actually, knowledge skills are a group of skills, so it's actually less, just shut the fuck up, please, and go back to circle jerking in your pathetic little subreddit where moderators will delete any posts critical about the game while themselves not seeing a penny of the Kickstarter's profits. But that is what the average D&D gamer is now in 2024. A mindless consumer who buys whatever dog shit is shoved in front of his face. They are so jaded and sick of 5e now, so they will buy any D20 crap that comes out, even such pathetic low-effort trash as this. The fact that $1 million flowed into this game smacks of a money laundering scheme. But you must remember the subhumans that occupy the D&D hobby now. The rules in this book are mostly filler or just common sense written out to make it blindingly obvious. The worthless wanker who wrote it even made sure to copy advantage and disadvantage into his game because they are just so precious. There is not a single unique mechanic here. And again, the shill will crow, but it doesn't have to be unique. Why does it have to be unique? Why does it have to be different? It's good and people are buying it. That's all that matters. Because he is a brain-dead fucking phobotarian cuckold whose mind short-circuits to hating something is bad because you can just ignore it as a thought-terminating cliché. Hopefully, the print books that are distributed with this game have rice in powder laced in the pages. It would be doing the gene pool a fucking lot of good, let alone the tabletop hobby, which would be immensely improved if anyone who plays this game, or worse, shills for it online, like a blind fucking cocksucker, were to just die of a heart attack. Most of them are probably vaccinated anyway, so it wouldn't be a surprise. The cult of personality surrounding these moronic YouTubers who give the most pedestrian dungeon master advice is just sad, especially considering most of them suck at DMing games. Most of them are terrible game masters. They follow stupid advice from Reddit, like Session Zero, or having an overly open conversation after every session, and the moronic Reddit homosexual hive mind chants and crows their approval like a bunch of yapping magpies and mockingbirds. They are worthless imbeciles who astro-turfed these ideas into the tabletop hobby and made it holy scripture that D&D is a quote-unquote collaborative storytelling game when no one fucking said that, and that isn't true, but a bunch of Reddit cunts and consumerite critical role fans decided it was. So now it is. These fucking idiots have overrun the tabletop hobby, and you had a chance to stop this in 2014 when D&D Next was coming out, but you didn't. You had a chance to stop this when Critical Role was starting to take off, but you didn't. Instead, you decided that new blood would be good for the hobby, and now history is repeating itself. Just like 20 years ago, with the horde of terrible D20 system products. Except now, they have obnoxious art by soy boys. And at least back then, the games were usually original settings. Now it is just complete slop. Complete garbage these morons are paying for and degrading the quality of new RPGs by making people expect more and more D&D-like mechanics, or just a straight-up rip-off of the existing game. The OSR old-school Renaissance scene already went through this. Now it is paused and full of degenerate, liberal leftist freaks or glowing-fed reactionaries like the Bro SR. What is next? I don't know, but it isn't good, and the hobby is going to shit.